What is going on, everybody? Hello and welcome. In today's video, I'm going to be reacting to NF's latest album, Hope. That's right, we're going to go through the whole thing. I'm going to break it down track by track. I enjoy doing reactions to music videos and singles and whatnot, but I feel like to truly get the entirety of the feeling the artist is trying to put forth, you really need to listen to the album and dissect it in that kind of form. I kind of put this one in the back burner for a little while. NF is not an easy character to react to. The writing is very deep. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to absorb. You have to kind of be in the right mental state. And I kept putting this one off. I kept putting it on the back burner because I just didn't know when I was ready for it. NF's music has truly devastated me in the past. So I'm already on edge. I'm already got my defenses up. I did, however, see one of his music videos, Hope, when that came out. That reaction should be here on YouTube. But after that, I kind of just stepped away and did my own thing. If you guys enjoy hanging out with me, please consider liking and subscribing. It would really help with the channel, and I truly appreciate it. Let's switch screens and let's fucking do this thing, man. I'm ready. I think I'm mentally ready right now. We're going to start off with the first track, Happy.
Dear God, please hear me out. I know it's been a couple years since I've reached out and said hello. I bet you're wondering why I keep obsessing on and stressing all the little things when I should be living life and soaking up the memories. I know I've been selfish, I have no excuse to give you it's true. Hanging by a thread's how I live. I don't know why, but I feel more comfortable living in my agony, watching my self-esteem go up in flames, acting like I don't care what anyone else thinks, when I know truthfully that that's the furthest thing from how I feel. But I'm too proud to open up and ask you to pick me up and pull me out this hole I'm trapped in. The truth is I need help, but I just can't imagine who I'd be if I was happy. Yeah, been this way so long it feels like something's off when I'm not depressed. I got some issues that I won't address. I got some baggage I ain't open yet. I got some demons I should put to rest. I got some traumas that I can't forget. I got some phone calls I've been avoiding, some family members I don't really connect with, some things I said I wish I would've not let slip, some hurtful words that never should've left my lips, some bridges burned I'm not ready to rebuild yet, some insecurities I haven't dealt with yet. I'll be the first to admit that I'm a lonely soul, and the last to admit I need a hand to hold. Losing hope, headed down a dangerous road. Strange, I know, but I feel most at home when I'm living in my agony.
Ain't that the truth, dude?
Go up in flames, acting like I don't care what anyone else thinks, when I know truthfully that that's the furthest thing from how I feel. But I'm too proud to open up and ask you to pick me up and pull me out this hole I'm trapped in. The truth is I need help, but I just can't imagine who I'd be if I was happy. Don't know what's around the bend, don't know what my future is, but I can't keep on living in my agony, watching my self-esteem go up in flames, acting like I don't care what anyone else thinks, when I know truthfully that that's the furthest thing from how I feel. But I'm too proud to open up and ask you to pick me up and pull me out this hole I'm trapped in. The truth is I need help, but I just can't imagine who I'd be if I was happy.
Very different opening track.
happy. I was happy.
Okay, I wasn't really expecting that as an opening track from NF. I'm used to having, you know, very cinematic and dramatic music from his, you know, his catalog and the producer that he works with. That's just kind of the whole style. But yeah, this is different. The album starts off with an open letter to God, and I know that he's a religious person. Some people have said he's a religious rapper. I wouldn't go as far as to say that. I think God as a whole, or spirituality, has, you know, underlying themes in some of his work, but I wouldn't say that he's full on a Christian rapper. I think he's just, you know, he talks about his faith from time to time. But the cool thing about NF is, like, it never comes across as like preachy. It never comes across as like join us kind of thing. It feels a little less plastic than some of the other things that I react to. It feels like it's real, and he's really opening up and sharing something vulnerable. You know, the video itself was pretty wild. I was focusing more on the lyrics and his storytelling and his past and what I know about him than in the video itself. I'm just being truthful here, guys. But I did notice a couple little things that, you know, really stood out to me. And the little girl celebrating her birthday party and having kind of these happy moments, but the coloring and the grain on the film, it just felt kind of off. Dude, it feels so deeply personal to him, but it feels like an experience that we, you know, or people with depression can definitely share. It's definitely something you experience when you're in this situation that's supposed to be happy, a party or whatever, especially when it's about you. There's this sense of dread you have. There's this sense of like, am I allowed to be happy? Am I allowed to feel this way? This feels different, and it's such a foreign thing that you can't even recognize that it's a good thing. And I feel like this video kind of encapsulated that. But a very different way to start off the album. Normally things are very dramatic and hard-hitting and fast moving, and not that this wasn't. It was just done in a different sonic kind of way by adding, you know, acoustic guitar, which I think was really kind of cool. That, you know, that really sharp string section in the beginning that was just like this, I don't know, 16th note, just that switching over to the guitar was kind of cool. It kept the movement of the song going. But this was a much lighter song, well, sonically at least, than other works I've heard in the past. When you think about the lyrics, you think about the message and what he's trying to say, and the whole atmosphere of an open letter to God and him trying to be honest with God. And that's when it kind of takes a more personal turn, but it's still a interesting shared experience with people that have issues with being comfortable, being happy. Not bad. Let's see what's next. Oh shit, okay. So this is beautiful. I did actually see this. I did just mention that, actually. I did see this. If you're interested in checking out my initial reaction where I broke everything down frame for frame, lyric for lyric, it is available here on YouTube. I'll be sure to link that probably in the description if you want to see that. I guess this time I'm going to go over it and see if I can find anything new. But this song is wild, dude. This is one of my favorite NF songs I have ever heard. It's gorgeous, dude.
I'm on my way.
Smart. Beautiful video. Eerie.
Faith in me. I know you've been waiting.
I like that he's singing more in this album as well.
You've been praying for my soul. Oh.
It's all deteriorating. The song is dissolving.
30 years you've been dragging your feet, telling me I'm the reason we're stagnant. 30 years you've been claiming you're honest and promising progress. Well, where is it at? I don't want you to feel like a failure. I know this.
It almost goes off key.
But I gave you your chance to deliver.
Like the song itself
Now
is cracking.
it's my turn. Don't get me wrong. Nature had a great run. But it's time to give the people something different. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce my album.
Honestly, one of his best songs right here.
Hope. What's my definition of success? Listening to what your heart says. Standing up for what you know is right while everybody else is. Tucking their toe between their legs. What's my definition of success? Creating something no one else can. Being brave enough to dream big. Grinding told to just quit. Giving more when you got nothing left. It's a person that'll take a chance on something they were told could never happen. It's a person that can see the bright side through the dark times when there ain't more. It's when someone who ain't never had nothing ain't afraid to walk away from more profit because they'd rather do something that they really love and take the pay cut. It's a person that would never waver or change who they are just to try and gain some credibility so they can feel accepted by a stranger. It's a person that can take the
love the cinematics, dude.
Motivation. It's believing in yourself when no one else does. It's amazing what a little bit of faith can do. If you don't even believe in you, why would you think or expect anybody else that's around you to? I done did things that I regret. I done said things I can't take back. Was a lost soul at a crossroad who had no hope, but I changed that. I spent years of my life holding on to things I never should have kept, full of hatred. Years of my life carrying a lot of baggage that I should have walked away from. Years of my life wishing I was someone different, looking for some validation.
Hear that deterioration?
They get it.
This is so cool when he falls to the house. Yes, I know there is so much symbolism. There's so many references. I've already talked about it in my other video. I don't want to be a broken record here. I'm just going to enjoy this. Honestly, this video could be a 2-hour video talking about everything. The rooms, the mansion, the different characters, the black, the white. I'm just enjoying the fidelity of it all.
Pain's a necessary evil, difficult to go through, yes, but beneficial. Some would say having a mental breakdown is a negative thing, which on one hand I agree, but on the other hand, it was the push I needed to get help and start the healing process. See, if I didn't ever hit rock bottom, would I be the person that I am today? I don't believe so. I'm a perfect example of what happens when you choose to not accept defeat and face your demons. Took me 30 years to realize that if you want to get the opportunity to be the greatest version of yourself, sometimes you gotta be someone you're not to hear the voice of reason. Having kids will make you really take a step back and look in the mirror. At least for me, that's what it did.
It's like he's a hostage of his own mind.
Wake up every day and pick my son up, hold him in my arms and let him know he's loved. Standing by the window, questioning if that is ever going to show up. Isn't something he's gonna have to worry about. Don't get it twisted, that was in a shot. Mama, I forgive you, I just don't want him to grow up thinking that he'll never be enough. 30 years of running, 30 years of searching, 30 years of hurting, 30 years of pain, 30 years of fearful, 30 years of anger, 30 years of empty, 30 years of shame, 30 years of broken, 30 years of anguish, 30 years of hopeless, 30 years of hate, 30 years of never, 30 years of maybe, 30 years of later, 30 years of faith, 30 years of hollow, 30 years of sorrow, 30 years of darkness, 30 years of hate, 30 years of baggage, 30 years of sadness, 30 years of stagnant, 30 years of change, 30 years of patience, 30 years of suffering, 30 years of torment, 30 years of 30 years of bitter, 30 years of lonely, 30 years of pushing everyone away. You'll never evolve. I know I can change. We are not enough. We are not the same. You don't have the heart. You don't have the strength. You don't have the will. You don't have the
back and forth, dude. Look at him change.
You don't have the guts. You're the one afraid. I'm the one in charge. I'm taking the reins.
And that's where we get a shift here, is when it ends, the last word reigns. You know, it's like he's morphing into this other like subconscious or thought or self-deprecating thoughts, but the hope wins. I kind of really hope this album has that same theme. Guys, I know, all right, and this video itself should be a 2-hour reaction, analyzing every note, every progression, every build, every metaphor. I did my best in my initial reaction, but I did not want to dive into that again because that would make this video very, very long. I just wanted to enjoy the fidelity of that again and the intensity of that. And, you know, NF's music is not something I listen to very often, just because it's a lot to digest. It's a lot to swallow, dude, and it pulls a certain thing out of me, and I don't always want to feel that way. But I do recognize him as a true artist, and honestly, one of my favorite artists I've ever covered on this channel, ever, for his poetic nature and his incredibly self-aware to a fault writing. It's there's a certain authenticity to it that I find from Nate's music that I just do not always get from other artists, and I think I hold him up in the top 5 of all artists I've ever covered. But so if you're watching this reaction now, you're like, well, you missed everything. The video's out there. Trust me. I'm just trying to enjoy this fidelity and react to the things that I haven't heard, which will be everything else in this album. Let's continue.
I could write a record full of radio songs.
That was his motto.
Do a bunch of features that my label would love. Do a bunch of features that I don't even like, just to build up the hype. Yeah. I could sell my house and move out to LA. Get inside of rooms with the biggest in names.
Don't do it.
Hire 50 people just to give me advice on the way I should write. Oh God.
Okay, all right. He's going to be talking about the industry here and basically what's expected of him and what most people would do. And that's what they would do. They'd move out to Hollywood. They'd have a team of people helping writing. They'd have a bunch of features and stuff, which would help build sales and build buzz and stuff. But everybody does that. And in a way, like, it can kind of take some of the honesty away from his words that he's painstakingly put into these songs. All right, let's see where this one goes.
Yeah, sounds like a nightmare if you ask me.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Went from my bedroom to the big leagues. You know how many times that I was told things wouldn't work, but worked out, having cold feet.
That's the thing, man, is like Nate is an anomaly in the whole musical system here. You know, he's not following the trends and following the advice and following in the wake of other artists that are even close to the vein that he is doing. He's doing it from a different perspective, and in a way, it just feels more grounded and more humble. You know, he's not out in front of big lights and fancy parties and everything. It just truly feels like a man trapped inside of his own head, sharing his inner dialogue of him battling himself. And if you just go out and do like a glitz and glamour thing, and you're living on the cliff sides and mansions, and you're at these parties and have all these like features and stuff on records, like, it just takes away from some of that inner struggle that, like, I think is so readable with his music.
Didn't keep me from success, but delayed it some. I used to be the guy who killed to get it #1. I had to hear that song's a hit before I thought it was, but nowadays I don't really give a what. Oh God, might catch me at the award show, eating popcorn in the back row, catching Z's with my hat low. No nominations.
Is that Machine Gun Kelly?
Oh God, you might see me in the same clothes I had on last week in my shame note. Yeah, you heard this saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's my motto. Yeah, I miss buying CDs at the store.
Me too.
Thumbing through the cases trying to make a choice. That don't make no sense to you, well, of course. See, one man's inconvenience is another's joy.
Dude, I agree 100%, man. There used to be no greater feeling in the world than going to a Newberry Comics or Strawberries or wherever your music store was and thumbing through stuff and seeing the newest releases and, like, looking at an album cover and being like, you know what, I don't know who this is, but this looks cool and I'm going to go home and give it a shot. Like going in completely blind. It's one of the reasons I like doing this as reactions, going in blind to stuff. It reminds me of my younger self and getting excited going through a record store, finding that cool thing and be like, let's give it a shot and let's really pay attention to what you're thinking. I miss it too, Nate. I miss it.
Wow, how are you unemployed? Telling me to get a life, you should look at yours. Yup, congratulations, you can raise your voice. Hope you break both of your legs falling off your horse. This is the industry, where it ain't how big you are, it's how big you seem.
True.
People sacrifice the art trying to chase a dream, and they wonder why their music's lacking creativity.
God dang, Nate is filled with so many lines. It just, like, there's no filler. There's absolutely no filler. It just, like, cuts right to the course. You know, fall off your high horse. And yeah, I am also noticing a lack of creativity from some newer artists that get recommended to me.
Oh yeah, would've gave anything to be respected by the artists I was listening to, but not no more. Them days of history. Skip the red carpet, you looking for me? Oh God, yeah, you might catch me at the award show.
He brought his own popcorn in. You gotta pay for that, man.
No nominations, but it's cool though. Oh God, you might see me in the same clothes I had on last week in my shame note. Yeah, you heard this saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's my motto. Got my feet propped up, leave my shirts untucked. I'm the boss, so what? I do what I want. Oh God. You got the trophy, that's great. I'm happy for you, no hate. Still got a smile on my face, chilling in the back like, hey, oh God. Yeah, you might catch me at the award show, eating popcorn in the back row, catching Z's with my hat low. No nominations, but it's cool though. Oh God, you might see me in the same clothes I had on last week in my shame note. Yeah, you heard this saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's my motto.
Love the beat on it too. oddly celebratory. Who the fuck is this? What the fuck is this interaction? Okay. I have no idea the meaning of that, but I like it. That's different. As far as the song goes, yeah, obviously it's incredibly satirical, and Nate is no stranger to that kind of music and poking fun at the industry and analyzing it from an outsider's perspective that's had some success in said industry and kind of pulling apart the strings that holds it together and really showcasing that it's not exactly how popular you are, but how popular you seem. And yeah, that's a thing, dude. You know, especially nowadays with like corrupt like metrics like Billboard and other ones as well. Billboard's just the big one. Like, it just sucks. It's like making yourself seem famous when you're not actually famous, or it doesn't really matter who you are. It just matters how many clicks and views and how many impressions you have. When in reality, it's like a guy like Nate is probably not going to be too concerned with the impressions and more concerned with, like, you know, what sort of actual impression he's had on people, what sort of people have actually understood his music, or it's brought them to a certain place, or they've seen some of the artistic integrity behind what he's trying to say, and probably less concerned with any sort of basic analytics that put you on that scale of being famous, you know? I liked it, dude. It was fun. It was fresh. It felt celebratory. It was funny. And yeah, cool little video. Motto. Careful.
Stunning on me, you get exposed. I don't wanna pick, then I bite bold. Doesn't go plat, it'll go gold. Keep it up front, I don't tiptoe. I be at the house trying to lay low. Ducking and dodging a promo. Sit on my roof like J. Cole. Yeah, sit on my roof like J. Cole. Thinking about how I'm so thankful. Some part songs, I don't make those. Look at that car I paid for. Look at my life, I'm grateful. Hating on me, that's hateful. You know I hit what I aim for. Talking about risks, I take those. Didn't get air, be careful.
Talking about risk, I take those. Millionaire still ride with the Draco. Court side of the game, Tributron got my name on it. That's how a typical day goes. I just left Nigeria, Lagos. I just met Kanye, Yazos. I was talking to God, but was real or was not. All he said was remain faithful. Okay, I get it, I got it, I'm with it, I'm about it. My crib is exotic, I'm blessed. Hey, we living chaotic, was high off narcotics, but that's when my life was a mess. Hey, we come from the bottom, we still at the bottom. I get high to really distress. Hey, I don't think y'all get the message. This world is built off misconceptions. Talking about greed, talk about envy, talk about money, then we talking about plenty. Talking about dollars, then we talk about pennies. Talk about drinking, then we talk about Henny. What we talking about? Lost souls at a crossroads, money coming in large loads. I've been crossed, so my heart cold. That's all we know.
I think they're talking about holding those sort of things up to a higher standards, or making those things a reflection of who you are and your personality, having nice things to drink and cars and money and all of that. Like, when that becomes your sole personality or your main selling point, it's like, what the fuck is all this superficial shit? Why are we talking about this? Why is this even coming up in conversation, let alone an entire personality being built off of these superficial things?
You get exposed. I don't wanna pick, then I bite bold. Doesn't go plat, it'll go gold. Keep it up front, I don't tiptoe. I be at the house trying to lay low. Ducking and dodging a promo. Sit on my roof like J. Cole. Yeah, sit on my roof like J. Cole. Thinking about how I'm so thankful. Some part songs, I don't make those. Look at that car I paid for. Look at my life, I'm grateful. Hating on me, that's hateful. You know I hit what I aim for. Talking about risks, I take those. Didn't get air, be careful. Called him my dad and I told him I got you. You wanna retire, then do it, you're good. Called him my grandma and told her it's time to move out of that basement. Let's get you a crib. Called him my manager, told him get ready, it's about to get busy. This record is. Called up the God and I asked him, you watching my back? He ain't say nothing back, but I heard what he said. When you see how I'm living, the answer is obvious, ain't it? When you go from poverty stricken and stressing about buying the groceries to not even having to look at the total, you know you've been blessed. Sharing the wealth, ain't no point in me keeping this all to myself. I ain't taking this money with me to my grave. Yeah, I might as well bless all the people I love. We talking about making.
But that's cool. So there's a shift here as well, talking about the actual importance of money and what you can do with it and how you can change people's life. And I think he's trying to show a bit more of his character here and a bit more about like what actually means something to him, you know, pulling his grandmother out of that basement and giving her a place to live, and the manager getting hyped up for some more money and everything. I think that's really the true thing here, not just like, you know, drinking bottles of Dom and doing whatever. So there's two lines to this. There's the, it's evil or not evil, but it's like fucked up to make your entire personality be about money in possessions and whatnot. But there's another side to this argument where, you know, you can take that money and use it for some good things, and it's probably a better route. And to like an everyday person, you know, like you and me, I mean, it might seem obvious, but like it must be so difficult. And I've seen it firsthand, like to get lost in the glitz and the glamour and the lights and having handlers that are constantly telling you that you're great and you're the next thing, and like just keep spending money and keep showing off and make that extra Instagram post of you just like partying up and whatever. And it just like after a while, like, it sucks, dude. It sucks. Like, it's one of the reasons I don't use too much social media now anyway. I just feel like it's just everybody trying to flex on everybody else. Be like, look what I have. And at a certain point, like it gets to the, like your psyche. It's like keeping up with the Joneses kind of crap.
Making the difference I'm making when talking about risks I've been taking. I'm talking about dreams I've been chasing. I'm talking about lives I've been changing. I'm talking about family, don't play with them. That's a line you don't cross, no. Low blows, can't respect those. Gotta keep the loved ones close. That's all we know. Stunning on me, you get exposed. I don't wanna pick, then I bite bold. Doesn't go plat, it'll go gold. Keep it up front, I don't tiptoe. I be at the house trying to lay low. Ducking and dodging a promo. Sit on my roof like J. Cole. Yeah, sit on my roof like J. Cole. Thinking about how I'm so thankful. Subpar songs, I don't make those. Look at that car I paid for. Look at my life, I'm grateful. Hating on me, that's hateful. You know I hit what I aim for. Talking about risks, I take those. Didn't get here, be careful.
Interesting, right? The song is called Careful. And it sounds almost like a message to those up and comers and those people that are on the verge of the glitz and the glamour and getting that first signing bonus and getting to that point. It's a hell of a drug, dude. You know, positive energy like that is a hell of a drug, but it takes people down. And I think he's absolutely right. Some people almost make their entire personality or their entire persona about being just this rich person. I mean, hell, fucking reality stars, man. Like, look at like the Kardashians and all of that bullshit. And it's like, it's ridiculous to me. My wife said something to me the other day. It's like, yeah, but one of them built a makeup empire. I'm like, yeah, off of her fucking name, from where she came from. It's like, could you build a makeup company? Do you have millions of dollars to hire a marketing team and all these people? Like, it's all done by design. But we're at a point in society where like we're worshiping not only celebrities or artists, we're worshiping just people that are fucking wealthy. You know, it's like, why are we doing this? You know, half the time it's just like generational wealth. And, you know, I'm on like fucking team eat the rich, you know, let's fucking burn them down, get the pitchforks. Let's fucking take over, guys. Because the disparities between the few and the many is growing by the day, and the wealth gap is something else. But we're not here to talk about that. I'm getting sidetracked here. Getting sidetracked. I'll start a rebellion maybe the next video. But he's talking about that, getting trapped into that light and getting trapped into that whole, your personality is what you have, and you're partying and how much money you can just kind of throw away. And I feel like this almost is a warning to other artists, because he's talking about what he's doing with it, saying, you know, get your mother or your grandmother out of the basement and try and do some meaningful things with the money. Don't get trapped in that fucking trap, man. He's talking about being on the roof like J. Cole. I don't know too much about J. Cole. I've only ever heard him do one song. It was a collaboration between him and another fantastic artist, J-Hope. And great song, by the way. But I haven't heard too much of his work, but I hear that he's very poetic in his approach as well. So maybe at some point I'll check out some more J. Cole. But yeah, man, it feels like a warning message. Not too bad. And it's featuring somebody else, Corday or Carday. I'm butchering the name. I'm sorry. All right, interesting so far. Let's continue. Cool atmosphere too. Mama. Oh, fuck.
Hey. Ooh. Oh, wow. Ooh. Hey. Ooh. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You ever make it up to the gate? And if you did, I wonder, is it a beautiful place? Did he put his arms around you, make you feel like you're safe? Did he grab you by the hand and say that things are okay? I gotta know, mama. Did he show you some grace, give you a pass and tell you he would carry the weight? Do you smile more? Wonder what it's like when you pray. Is he standing in front of you so you can look at his face when you talk to him? Does he talk back? You ever have conversations about what you regret? Or did it all go away once you got there? Does each breath take you closer to God? Would you say that you cry less? Do you feel at peace yet? Do you laugh more? You feel like heaven is everything you could ask for. I ever make it up there when I see you? I hope you're smiling cause you deserve it. Pray to God that you found joy and always know that.
Okay, so the song is called Mama, and for those of you guys that don't know, unfortunately, Nate's mother passed away some years ago. She was battling addiction, and it just took a hold of her life. I'm not sure who he's talking about. She's talking about her meeting somebody, and I don't know if it's a different member of the family or if he's talking about her actually meeting God and that making her happy. I'm leaning towards God again. I'm leaning towards like, are you happy now that you're with God and you don't have these struggles and these issues and everything? This also feels, you know, just from the chimes and the general tone of this song, it's less dark and it's less about hatred. And it seems more, and I know we're only a minute into this song, so I might be eating my words in 1 second, but it feels again hopeful. You know, like I've got a breath of fresh air here. Like at this point, he's letting that baggage go to a degree. Or even if he's not, at his core, he still has love for his mother and he still wants her to be happy wherever she is right now, even though their relationship and their history is incredibly dark.
You don't gotta cry, you don't gotta cry no more. I hope you're up there looking down on us with a smile on your face. You don't gotta cry, you don't gotta cry no more. I hope you're up there with God, feeling loved and set free from your pain. I look at the situation you had, might have made a mistake of leaving, but it's making me sad thinking of you. How you grew up trying to cope with your past. Were you like me in your relationships and pushed away dad? I gotta know, mama. Did you think you were trash, something disposable that nobody could love or be glad to say they was with you? That issue is an issue I have. That's why it hurt me when Brittany gave me those letters you sent. I barely read any of them, knowing I'd let them go to my head and get to me, especially when I feel I related. Might not be around for my babies, but know when I say that I love you, that I mean it, okay? Cause nobody's perfect. Yeah, I guess we all fall short. And I can't hold this unforgiveness in my heart no more. So just know you're lovable to me. And of course, you'll always be mama to us. So save a table for four. And
yeah, it's a total feeling of hope and forgiveness. I'm not sure who Brittany is, possibly another member of his family or something, giving him that letters and everything. Oh my God, this is coming from like a place of like healing. I can't help but like feel good for Nate. I like for so many of these albums, I'm like, this fucking dude, man, somebody needs to help this guy. Like I could see this all ending bad. I feel like he's maturing emotionally and he's talking about things from a bird's eye view on the whole situation now and recapping in a way in from a perspective of love. And I'm honestly, I'm very, very happy for him. You know, in the song Hope, he talked about having kids. I don't know too much about his personal life. I imagine that means he became a father, and he kind of talked about that here as well. I don't know anything about his kids. But I would imagine once you become a father, it probably changes your whole perspective on things and possibly even how you see your own parents and the struggles that you have with your kids and how, you know, it makes you think about the struggles that you had with your own parents growing up, and it probably changes the dichotomy of that relationship as a whole. And it seems like it's happening here.
Know that you don't gotta cry, you don't gotta cry no more. I hope you're up there looking down on us with a smile on your face. You don't gotta cry, you don't gotta cry no more. I hope you're up there with God, feeling loved and set free from your pain. You don't gotta cry, no.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I'm grown now, took me a while to see the bigger picture. Cause if you were here today and I was talking with you, there'd be a lot of tears of joy falling on my sweatshirt, probably followed by some apologies and mom, I missed you. Yeah, I pray you see me down here looking up. Still got a lot of things that I need healing from, but I'll get there eventually, so don't you worry none. I just hope you finally got some peace and you feel happy, mom, I love you.
It's not often I get to feel happy for Nate. It's gorgeous. Oh my God, so much of his music is almost like torture for me. It's almost like it brings me to places in my life where I was not happy, and in places that are very dark, and it feels so real because the experiences that he's writing about and how he's sharing it, it feels like a communal thing that we both went through because he's eloquently describing it in a way that feels so not only personal to me, but like a situation that he shared as well. So I feel like this connection. And that's why I don't listen to his music a lot, because it kind of takes something out of me, and it just like it makes me feel a certain way that I don't always want to feel. But so far, this album has been like a weight off my chest. I wish I did this reaction sooner, honestly. I was just mentally preparing myself to get back down into this place that I just did not want to go to again. It feels like it's coming from a place of healing, and honestly, having shared this experience or feeling like we're connected in this kind of way, I am so happy for Nate right now. I feel like he's getting to this level and he's seeing things from 100 feet in the air, and he's kind of just like looking at his life and he's looking at his future, and there's such a healthy perspective to what he's talking about and how he's talking about it, that it's still sad and it still pulls in your heartstrings, but it's coming from a much healthier place. I saw the title for this one, I'm like, oh fuck, here we go. But that was awesome.
Something special about me, you can already tell the energy is different. Confidence is at the highest level, I don't ever see it dipping. Try me if you want to guarantee, though you gon' wish you hadn't did it. That's a war that you can never win, but hey, I like the optimism. Giving over half my life to this, I think I made a good decision. Trust my gut, I hear it talking, then I know it's time for me to listen. Mastermind consistent, matching my commitment, that's not realistic. Hey, feature presentation, what they came to see, I open up the curtain. Oh my! Pandemonium, it's showtime. Got their noses up, I know why. Jealous of me cause the flow nice. Did it all without a cosign. Shoot, I always hit the bullseye. Barely even put an effort in this effortless. Imagine if I did try. Acknowledge me or not, that don't really make no difference to me. I operate the same no matter who's around me. Who's around me is important to me. I keep my enemies at arm's length, but close enough to make me feel safe. My diligence can be competed with, an easy win for me. This just a small taste of what I'm capable of doing with my talent, stretching my imagination. Watch it turn a small idea into something that you have to tip your hat to when you see it. The whole package ain't got nothing missing. Check off every box, it's unavoidable at this point. Don't you act like you don't see me out here making waves. I got an air about me. I don't play the game the way they want me to. They tell me take a left, I take a right. I'm not the one to pick a fight, but try and bully me, make you regret it quick. The only person I allow to push me around is myself. Body language reading well. It's written on your face, I'm flipping through your pages. You don't have to scream and yell. It's clear to me, yeah, I can tell. The front you put on isn't real. That poker face ain't hiding nothing new. The hand you have before the cards were down. I got what they lack, first in every class, never coming last. Amy's on my back, wifey on my lap. She my better half, heavy when I stab. Pockets getting fat, passion never left. Say it with my chest, got a problem, yes. Meet me in the flesh. You don't cut the check, I don't do the set. Not defend the threat, always been direct. Nothing but the best, rarely do the press. Promise me the world, not holding my breath. They want me to fail, haven't done it yet. Stacking up the bread, thankful cause I'm blessed. Sharpest in the shed, pen is cutting edge. I get in the booth, perfect, nothing less. Key to my success, keep a level head. We want something fresh. What you think this is?
What a progression.
This is deadly with the raps. How could you forget? Thought I might have left, thought I might have quit. Thought I hung it up, thought I think again. Petty, that depends. What's the latest trend? I don't have a clue, I don't follow them. They just follow me. Keep them on the edge, keep them on their toes. Keep them wondering, keep them wanting more. Eating on my hand, don't look at the score. Don't look in the stands, focused on my goals. Execute the plan, beat me at my game. Never not a chance. Walk you through my pain, show you who I am. Don't care what it pays, loyal to my brand. Foot is off the brake, stepping on the gas. Knowing at my pace, catch me if you can. Far from done, got so much left to give you. Not a man, I was that person detrimental. 2020 me could never hold a candle to the present day. Me standing here before you, overstep, destroy you, give up, can't afford to keep my standards. I ain't changing that for no one. Digging deep, still got that hunger, press record, you hear it in my voice. Can't let the fame and fortune get the best of me. See clearly what's important, not impressed with me. Ain't looking for endorsements, dropping masterpieces left and right. Ignore the hate, life testing me, passing with flying colors. Always been unique, can't be no dime a dozen. I take pride in this, won't catch me cutting corners. Have no tolerance for ignorance, I heard you lost your confidence in me. This should be sorry, can't ignore.
So Nate has always been a pretty confident guy to some degree. issues that he's had with family and his life and his dark thoughts and his just like different personas and whatnot has obviously been a struggle his entire life, and I think it still is now. But he's always come across as like someone that's like, okay, well, I'm gonna focus on this one dot on this piece of paper. Everything else is kind of falling apart and I can't really handle much of anything else, but I'm gonna keep focusing on this one dot. I'm gonna master this one little thing and put all of my time and energy into it, and I'm gonna do it in a way that's completely authentic and real to the experience that is my words. And from that degree, talking about his words and that one dot, which is his music, I think he's always really truly mastered that. It's always come across sonically and technically from a brilliant perspective. It's the melodies, the rhymes, the poetic nature of it all, the cinematics. Yes, it's top notch, and it's a level above industry standard in my opinion. But that one dot, that one thing that he can control is his words and his messages. And it's the only bit of confidence that he can really hold on to and feel proud and real and honest about himself. I think that's why he's been confident the entire way through, is when it comes to this music and everything, because this is his thing. This is his one dot. I like the lines in here saying, even 2020 me couldn't hold a candle to where I'm going right now. So far up until now, I'm very impressed with everything. I have this sense of everything is very pensive and it feels very atmospheric and uneasy in certain aspects and angles of it, but there is still that glimmer of hope. I feel like we're still fighting towards something else. And since this is song 6, the midpoint in the album, I think we're getting hyped up. We're getting built up for something. We're building and we're feeling confident towards something. And I'm excited to see where it goes. Let's see what the next song is.
Always saw my glasses half empty, it was never full. You were always passive, and I was irresponsible. Didn't have a chance, but we were scared to let things go. Young in love, broken hearts, holding on to our false hope. Had your whole life planned out, I had no clue who I was. Gave it all we had, but guess our all wasn't enough. Wonder where you're at now. Did you ever find the one? Hope you're out there somewhere happy. Sometimes I think of you, and it makes me sad. Yeah, the way you left, but I'm glad you did. It was for the best. I pray someday you find yourself somehow, some way, with someone else. Don't wait, it's too late to keep holding on. I'm already gone.
Oh my God, that's massive. And then gone. What the fuck? Gift, man. Oh, I fucking love it.
I could blame us breaking up on being too young and being too dumb, on being too caught up on past traumas. But the truth is we just weren't right. We planned our whole life when we both knew we should have just ended on the first night. And I know if I would have stayed with you, I would have been down on luck and done with love and done too much to make you stay. Second guessing and resenting all the love I could have gave to someone else. Got carpal tunnel from holding on to what we once felt. I'm happy for you, I am. Yeah, don't get me wrong, I am. And once in a while, it's true, I think about you too. Yeah, I do. I think about you too. Yeah, and it makes me sad. Yeah, the way you left. But I'm glad you did. It was for the best. Yeah.
Oh, geez. Okay, so sonically, this song "Gone" is my favorite. Just sonically, from just the music alone. This one and "Hope" are my two favorite sonically. But this is awesome. This is wild. We get some cool production techniques on this. It's so sharp and it's so wide and massive, and then it's like stripped away from you and thin with like that high piano note. It's just like such a really cool contrast. You know what I got from this song lyrically on first listen. And guys, I'm going to be honest with you here. NF's music isn't something you can really go through one time and pick up every little intricacy in every little detail. Like these words are painstakingly put together in a very artistic way with multiple angles and meanings, and it's something you can't exactly digest as a whole the first time. His music is designed to be consumed many times until you get the full message or see it from a different perspective. So I'm really just sharing my initial thoughts on what I think the song is about or what it personally means to me. And for this one in particular, for Gone, it's about time healing all wounds. Obviously, it's about some relationship that had some issues and they broke up. But, you know, and he's sad. Nate is sad. He even says it. I'm sad that the relationship ended. But not so much that it ended, but how it ended. Like that's the main emphasis on what he's sad about. And he's got nothing but love for this person and really wants her to find happiness and hope and her own hope and inspiration and just be, you know, whole again and just happy. That's why I feel like the song is about healing. Time heals all wounds, because during these relationships, especially as they're ending, if it ends in a dramatic way or in a way where you're fighting, you're angry at each other, you have such disdain for that person that you're like, oh, fuck you, I hope you fall off a bridge or whatever. But after some time, you realize the beauty of that person and the beauty of some of the experiences that you've shared and who that person can be when they're not the bad thing that, you know, drove you apart. And you really, truly just hope for them to grow and to get better and find love themselves. And that's something that only happens with time. It's an experience that I know for sure. I've had relationships that have gone to shit and gone out with a bang. And that was so many years ago. I think about it now. I'm like, well, I still don't wish any ill will on her. You know, even though things ended so badly, I still want her to be happy and healthy and to find love. And, you know, when I think about it, there was a lot of good things about her and she was a good person at her core. There was just certain things that we couldn't agree on. I think we all get to that point. And that's why I think this song is about time healing all wounds and kind of hearing it from his perspective and his relationship. I also think Julia, the vocalist, the female accompaniment to this song, was beautiful as well. Very vulnerable, very raw. It still felt pure. I like the kind of back and forth that they had. Nate is showing more vocal range on this album too. A lot more singing. Bullet.
Look, I wouldn't say it if I didn't mean it. You ever need me for any reason, let me know. I got your back, I would die and kill for you. Don't question that, you know it's true, don't pretend you don't. Beautiful is what you are, I know you doubt it daily. Words will never be enough to describe the way we both connected when you had our baby. I'm proud of you, I can't believe it still fascinates me. Watching us grow, seems like yesterday we met. Life is flying by, makes me emotional just talking about it. Got a lot of memories, things I could never forget you gave me. Life when I was on empty and I was going crazy. Still by my side, it's only right that I return the favor. You changed my life and gave me love when I had none to offer. Gave me hope when I was hopeless, ain't no second thoughts. If it came down to me or you, I swear to God that I would take a bullet, give my life in a second if it came down.
Love song.
Sacrifice anything to see the light in your eyes, I swear I'd do it. When you're down and you feel low, when your world starts to crumble, when you think that there's no hope, I got you. Yeah, both got trauma. Sometimes I see it work against us. Other times I see it bring us close and connect us. A scar on your stomach, that's not a flaw, that's perfection. Your whole body, your work of art. Don't you let that mess with your mental. I know your birth plan didn't pan out like you wanted, but look what we got from it. Scared to death, I can't imagine how you feel trying to handle all this pressure you're under. Watching you suffer, sick to your stomach, unprepared. I ain't the best husband at times. My lack of encouragement hovers over us both. Still you love me, it's mind-blowing. The selflessness you show me on a day-to-day basis is humbling. You picked me up when I was weak and felt like I had nothing left. Believed in me and stood faith when no one else did. I wouldn't have a second thought if it came down to it. I swear to God I would take her. Yeah, I would take her. I would take a bullet, give my life in a second if it came down to it. Sacrifice anything to see the light in your eyes, I swear I'd do it. When you're down and you feel low, when your world starts to crumble, when you think that there's no hope, I got you. When the days feel long and when your sky goes dark and the rain starts pouring, yeah. When the walls cave in and you need somebody, I got you. I would take a bullet, give my life in a second if it came down to it. Sacrifice anything to see the light in your eyes, I swear I'd do it. When you're down and you feel low, when your world starts to crumble, when you think that there's no hope, I got you. I got you.
This is so sweet.
I got you.
All right, there it is, Bullet. So I'm not sure if Nate is married or not, or if he's just talking about the mother of his child here. But this is sweet, dude. Again, it seems like he's in a really healthy place here, and I'm glad that he has somebody in his corner that he can turn to that's going to have his back. It was like such a sweet little song going through saying like, I know you're probably self-conscious about your body and your scar and everything, but that's what makes you beautiful. This is definitely a turn of events for Nate. I'm used to him battling his inner struggles and like facing depression head on and dealing with like some really honest, dark subjects. And this just feels like he's just in a different place. He's in a place of such hope, which is the title of this album. So, I mean, it makes perfect sense. But, dude, I can't help but say, like, I'm just like super happy for him. But I hope he gets a lot of support for this. I really honestly do, because he has spent years trudging his mind through the mud and sharing such intimate, vulnerable, and dark experiences with us that I feel like he truly deserves this now. So I'm just happy for the dude. Turn my back. The production almost has like elements of some of The Weeknd, the artist The Weeknd style production.
On even on my off days, right even when I'm off base. Life living like tomorrow ain't promised to me, gotta get it today. Why wait, too late, never heard it always. On time, my way, or the highway. My state, not safe, need grace, need love, need God, need faith. Betray, cut ties, first time, first take. Worst case, wordplay, my home, my stage, my place. Less you, more Ye, more Drake, more M, more Dre, more Cole, more Kendrick, more names. Corday, Sean Black, my list, my names, my picks, my taste, my fate in my own head.
I wonder if he's like he's comparing himself to those artists, or he feels like he's being compared to them in some kind of ways. I could definitely see him being compared to like an Eminem, just being a white rapper that kind of raps in this style of way. I don't know too much about rap music in general, or the culture, or any of that stuff that surrounds it, or much of these artists, so I'm not going to comment on any of that, but it sounds like he's being kind of compared to these people, and someone might be saying, hey, give us more of that. Give us more of that trending subject.
Hand it over to you, no chance. Wanna get the job done right, I do it myself, oh yeah. I am what they wanna be, who they wanna see, the big man. God's plan, got a problem with the boy, take it up with him then. Iconic, who won it? Heard that you was looking for the smoke, huh? Catch me on a bad day and you might find it. Fine dining, flying private. Couple things that I could easily afford to do. A couple things that you don't know a thing about. You might have read about it, heard about it, thought about it, dreamt about it, played it out inside your head. But what I'm doing for a living isn't something I was taught. You either got it or you don't got it, and you don't got it. I'm the co-signer, you the broke artist. I'm the captain and you and coach flying. I'm the lead role, you in the background. Yeah, I'm the star player, you the mascot. Yeah, I'm the future, you the past, old timer. I'm the truth and you the bold-faced liar. I'm the CEO and you the customer.
It's like he's calling somebody specific out, but I have no idea who.
I'm the director, I'm the hit maker, I'm the empire, I'm the shot caller, I'm the showstopper, I'm the real one, you the fake knockoff. Jaw drop, headliner, top gunner, head honcho, eye catcher, real stunner. Y'all got it, new topic. Ye's DACA. Mannery was inspirational to me, I love watching. Lames try to keep stars in the dark just cause they afraid of you. Funny how they switch up quick when they realize that your name buzzing. Funny how they all wanna hop on board when they see the wave coming. Funny how they wouldn't put me on a tour, now they hit me up and say, I hope you're doing well, we should do a tour or something, man, stop! We ain't doing nothing, got my own thing going, that's the way I like it. Too many cooks in the kitchen, that's a problem I ain't never gotta worry about. 12 people on a song, man, to each his own, but for me, that's a little wild. Got enough people in my business, I don't need another hand dipping in the pot. I don't need nobody showing me the ropes, I don't need you telling me to do my job. I don't need to hear you say that I'm the GOAT. I don't need you asking me to switch your style. I don't need you laughing when I tell a joke. I don't need you faking, trying to crack a smile. I don't need you, I don't need you, I don't need you telling me it's been a while. I don't need the label breathing down my neck. I don't need the venue telling me it's loud. I don't need you talking when I'm trying to rap. I don't need my name coming out your mouth. I don't need you using me to get respect. I don't need a picture with you for some clout. I don't need you, I don't need you, I don't need you telling me you got some doubt. Worry about yourself. Yeah, I don't need your help. Yeah, what's your name? What's your name? What's your name? Doesn't ring a bell. Every time I look down and your number pops up on the cell. Shake my head, threatening me, trying to get me to respond well. If you really knew me, you would know that that's the quickest way to make me turn my back on you and...
Okay, turn my back. This one I'm a little confused by. I'm not sure if he's actually calling out these artists that he mentioned in the beginning, which I know is like prevalent in this like culture style of music. And it's something, honestly, I don't really resonate with. And it's not something I normally like. The back and the forth and like the poetic digs at each other. Like I've never really got it, but I mean, people that know more about it than I do, they say it's just part of the culture that like, this is just kind of what happens. They have like these little battles back and forth, and I don't know. To me, it's never really resonated with me or been my thing. But there are some cool aspects of this song, talking about kind of wanting to be a bit of an outsider and possibly some of like the backstabbing that might happen in show business and in seeing somebody come up and then all of a sudden trying to like get on their photo or get on their Instagram reel or jump on a tour or not. And him basically saying like, look, I don't need you now that my music is hot. Like, yeah, you didn't care about me when it wasn't. But the braggadocious like style of it all is just like something I've never really enjoyed. And this song does have that kind of element, you know, I'm the CEO and you're broke and like whatever. To me, that just, it feels like you're projecting in some kind of way, and it just feels a little less authentic to me. Now, I don't know all the details of this song and exactly what he's talking about it, so I might just be getting this completely wrong. But on first listen, when I hear a lot of that, it just kind of like, it comes across as like more projections of what you're trying to achieve or being that person. And if it's sarcastic, it kind of works because he talks about this, you know, in other songs and being sarcastic about those kind of things. But if it's not, then it's kind of like a direct contradiction to some of the messages he's had in the past. Turn my back. Or no, mistake,
like
sorry.
I'm at a standstill, waiting for you to tell me I'm okay. If time heals, tell me why do I kill myself trying to show you I'm not a mistake. I've got qualities that I'm not proud of. I've made promises that I walked out on. I've had days I feel I don't deserve love. So think what you think, just don't call me a mistake. Might have made some, can't argue with that, but I ain't one. Even I sometimes get afraid of having to face the wrath of an anxious me. I get it cause I actually feel the same. Sometimes I think I might be a lost cause who turns off cause the way I read into what I've been through. You think I'm mental, but it pays off though. When the runs through, I pursue what I love, and if it goes south then falls down, just know I'll stand on my own 2 feet. Don't you see those that oppose on me? Most won't leave thinking I might retreat. Show my teeth quick if you turn on me, cause I feel like I'm at a standstill, waiting for you to tell me I'm okay. If time heals, tell me why do I kill myself trying to show you I'm not a mistake. I've got qualities that I'm not proud of. I've made promises that I walked out on. I've had days I feel I don't deserve love. So think what you think, Just don't call me up. Just don't call me up.
This is one of the most beautiful songs on the album.
Just don't call me up. Mistake, cause I'm not one. Misplaced, but I found a lot of resentment causes a mess when you let it get to the place of no confidence. Struggle with it, that's obvious, but not enough to make me second guess if I die for the ones I love. So don't you get confused, thinking if you bring me down, I'ma just choose to let myself get used. I don't live like that, I feel trapped, I might lash out. I gotta watch my back, cross my path, especially with ill intent. You'll regret you ever took that task. If and when this thing could all go bad, don't you act like no one warned you, yeah, cause I feel like I'm at a standstill, waiting for you to tell me I'm okay. If time heals, tell me why do I kill myself, trying to show you I'm not a mistake. I've got qualities that I'm not proud of. I've made promises that I walk out on. I've had days I feel I don't deserve love. So think what you think, just don't call me up. Mistake.
Easily one of the most beautiful tracks on this album. This is Mistake. Yeah, I absolutely loved it. To me, on first listen, this kind of talks about the dangers of putting too much emotional stock in somebody else's opinion on you. He's talking about a past lover or possibly his current girlfriend or wife or whatever, and it seems like he's arguing and bringing up the point, I've got other qualities, I can do these other things. But the self-realization of it all is like he's even talking about it. I've made promises that I haven't kept, and I have done some bad stuff. I am at my core still human and make mistakes and do whatever, but please don't consider me just one giant failure, one giant mistake. And that's what leads me to believe this song is about, almost like an open letter to an ex or something, saying, obviously we've had our bad times and I've done some shitty stuff and everything, and I'm realizing that right now, but maybe it's time to heal, and maybe hopefully you can see me in a more positive light, and you can, forgive me in some kind of way. Since this whole album seems to be about forgiveness and hope and, acceptance in some kind of way, he's hoping to get some of that acceptance back his way as well, and almost like cleanse the palate and clear the board and just like start from anew. And that's the way this whole thing reads. But it's absolutely gorgeous from start to finish. I mean, the cinematics of it all is gorgeous, but that's just to be expected from an NF tune. Well, actually, not really. I mean, sometimes it's just like incredibly pensive and almost like an action movie. But every once in a while, you get a score like this, and it has some weight to it, man. And it just has some like emotional feeling to it. And it's dramatic in all of the right ways. And this is just a very, very well written song. I also like that we're getting more singing from Nate. I think his natural tone is not only vulnerable and like real, but it just feels personable, and it feels like honest, and it has a certain purity to it. And I think that comes into play. I think the reason for that is because I don't think he's known as a singer. He's known predominantly as a rapper, and he does that very, very well. That's the craft that he has mastered. But he seems to be experimenting here and really showcasing his voice a little bit more. And I think adding his natural singing voice, his natural tone, just adds a certain kind of purity to all of this. Wonderful song, Mistake. I like this one. Let Him Pray. It almost sounds like a carousel or some kind of distorted circus music.
Delegating isn't one of my strong suits. I've seen it take a toll and be harmful. I've seen what it can do when I got both of my arms full, but still continue to pile more on my back though. I learned at a young age, if you want to do something impactful, then you gotta be willing to sacrifice and really go after it with everything that you have, cause if you don't, it ain't never gonna happen. Listen, gotta prevail, gotta excel. Think I hit my peak? No, I just started climbing the hill. Kill or be killed. Well, if that's the way that you feel, I hope you know you about to get the raw end of the deal. I need to meditate, I ain't got no room to grow. I would never say conversations with the Lord should be every day. Reconnecting with my core. resume. Check the resume. Set the pace, I don't hesitate. Yeah, just get it done, let me demonstrate. Demonstrate, demonstrate. Let it soak in, let it resonate. Blood, sweat, and tears on the 808s. See him praying on my downfall. Let him pray. Let him pray. See him praying on my downfall. Hey, let him pray. Yeah, let him pray. Let him pray. Hey, see him praying on my downfall. Let him pray. Sentimental, influential. Every step I've ever taken in the wrong direction helped me get to where I am today and led to monumental moments in my life that I would not have got to experience if I'd have let the mistakes that I made rob me of my full potential. Life will test you, don't forget to remember the fundamentals. Woo! I gotta get back to those. Be surprised what you find when you climb out your comfort zone. I get uncomfortable when I get too comfortable. You corner me and that's all she wrote. I'm in a headspace I ain't never been before. You don't bring nothing to my life, then I exit yours. Let's get right to it, yeah, I ain't with the back and forth. You either with me or against me, an easy choice. The momentum building, I can feel it. My resilience, cannot hide it, can't conceal it. Made me suffer some, but also made me brilliant. Pass my brilliance down and teach my children. Life is precious, life is treacherous, life is filled with dead end roads. Keep on pushing, keep on healing. See you praying, all my downfall gone. Keep on praying, God ain't listening to you. Resume. Check the resume. Set the pace, I don't hesitate. Yeah, just get it done, let me demonstrate. Demonstrate, demonstrate. Let it soak in, let it resonate. Blood, sweat, and tears on the 808s. See him praying on my downfall. Let him pray. Yeah, let him pray. Woo. See him praying on my downfall. Hey, let him pray. Woo. Let him pray. Yeah, let him pray. Hey, see him praying on my downfall. Let him pray.
This one's multi-layered. Yeah, this one is multi-layered. This one is, it feels like it's about embracing failure, but at the same time grabbing or reaching towards perseverance and the importance of constantly moving ahead and constantly keep working and constantly keep developing and bettering your craft or you as a human being. But then there's also a flip side to this as well, where it feels like there's certain people that are just going to be against him. And in itself, it still feels like it's coming from a relatable place, because I think we're all going to have haters, you know, to a degree. We're all going to have people that are going to be praying for our demise, and this song talks about that as well. But at its core, man, it still feels like he's basically saying, like, let him pray, let him wish upon your failures, because you're going to strive towards perseverance and really just keep pushing on and do whatever it needs to take. And that's a reoccurring theme in a lot of Nate's music. He talks about dead end roads here, and like there's a lot of them. That shouldn't be something to make you feel like you need to give up or not reach towards perseverance or not, you know, overcome something. But like the fact that like there's going to be failures, there's going to be dead end roads, but that's not what he's about. And you're either with him or against him. And I think the whole idea is to be following the mindset of, no, fuck it, man. I'm going to keep pushing myself no matter what, no matter who's coming for me, no matter who's saying whatever for me. I'm going to keep trying and perfecting whatever it is I'm going to do. I think it works great and brilliantly for him sharing his personal perspective. And then also it works from, you know, for us as a listener, kind of like as a reminder to basically keep on trying, keep on fighting. And that is a constant reoccurring theme that's happened through a lot of his music. I like that because there's really a grind mindset to all of this of, you know, get out there and fucking do something. All right, so this is the last song of the album. It's called Running. And already I'm noticing there's some acoustic guitar, and that's pretty much how the first track started, with acoustic guitar. There's been little hints of other instruments besides the pianos and, you know, electronic synthesizations. But every once in a while, we'll get like a different sort of sonic experience from an organic instrument, like a guitar or a cello or something. I guess we're going kind of full circle here.
I'm tired of holding on to you. It's time to let my pride. Go and learn to love myself again. Yeah. I don't wanna wait another day. I've waited long enough. I'm
Yes, you have.
ready. I can see the sun, it's coming. Oh, there's happiness on the horizon. I'm hopeful I can see the light. I've hesitated all my life, but I'm all done. I'm done running from you. Spent my whole life in your shadow, scared of who I'd be if I, said goodbye and I didn't have you here. I wish you well, but I can no longer stand aside and watch you sabotage the two of us. I love you to death, but I can't spend the rest of my life in this darkness. I'm done.
He's letting go.
I wish you the best, but I'm not interested in giving you more of my life. I've already given you too much. I don't wanna lose you. I don't wanna keep you. I know that you mean well, but when I fail, I don't need you. Rubbing my face in it and treating me like I'm less than you. Tell the truth, you know I'd be better without you. Been in your shoes, don't be a fool and try to convince me that I'm the real issue when you're the root to every problem. I love you but not enough to allow you to continue to drown the both of us. You're holding me back, you're pulling me down, you're making me hate myself. I don't wanna leave, but that's what I need. I ain't got a choice, I can't just let you deceive and make me believe that I don't deserve to be loved. I am not gonna stand aside and watch you attempt to rob and steal and sabotage what little faith I have left. Yeah, haven't I sacrificed enough for you? Hate seeing you cry, but I think it's time to let go and say our goodbyes. Yeah, I'm gonna miss you, but I am not gonna spend the rest of my life running from you. Spend my whole life in your shadow, scared of who I'd be if I said goodbye and I didn't have you here. I wish you well, but I can no longer stand aside and watch you sabotage the two of us. I love you to death, but I can't spend the rest of my life in this darkness. I'm done.
What a shift. There's such abrupt contrasts that like shouldn't work. They're so jagged, but it feels so smooth. Okay, the album finishes off and goes full circle with the song Running. What a fantastic and wild climax to this album. It's got a fantastic build to it, and it feels monumentous and massive in the sense of production. Now, who he's actually talking about here, I'm not sure. I have no idea. Possibly his father, maybe, or I think it's somebody in his family, because he says he's been with them and been in their shadow his entire life. So leads me to believe that it's some sort of uncle or father or something. I don't think that he's talking about his mother. I think we had kind of a finish to that with the song Mother. But yeah, man, it's kind of a build, and it's kind of like the cherry on top of what hope is supposed to be. He's learning about getting rid of toxic people in his life and people that are going to tear him down and just feel like less of a human being. And that's important when you're starting to get healthy and you're starting to like look at things from a different perspective of hope and building a better life. If Nate is now a dad and he's trying to raise somebody and have this healthy relationship with the mother, I'm not sure if it's a girlfriend or a wife or whatever, but if he's trying to build this family, I mean, he's got to be there. He 100% has to be trying to break this cycle that he was once a part of. And who knows how long it went back in time with his family. And he's got a chance to kind of start something new here. And he's got, fans and he has money and all this stuff. So he could truly break the cycle that's may have been in place for God knows how long. And I think he realizes that. And he talks a lot about that on this album and about letting go of things and getting rid of toxic people and getting rid of the toxic thoughts and trying to move on. And I think a lot of this is probably I think he has a daughter. I think he mentioned a daughter or something. I think a lot of that is because he probably wants to break this cycle and do something better for his daughter and just kind of start over with new. And just in doing that, you have to let go of these things that have haunted you and that still haunt you, And I think he's talking about a lot of that on this album. He's got a very complicated relationship with God, and I think that is something that kind of haunts him. The conversations with himself and in what he's done that's good and what he's done that's bad, and how he wishes that he could have a better relationship there. The song about his girlfriend or wife, like that was just gorgeous. The song about him, feeling odd when you're feeling happy and out of place and not exactly recognizing that feeling. I think that's going to hit a lot of people. As someone that struggles from depression, I understand that 100% right there. That's that's right on the nose. A lot of this, like I didn't want to paraphrase Nate in anything that he says because he's honestly going to say it better than I can say it. It's weird doing a reaction to this and trying to comment over it because everything that he needed to say, we just heard him say. I just have to. I'm just explaining what it's doing to me on first listen and how it's making me feel and what it's doing to me. That's the only way to really approach reacting to an artist like this. But overall, man, I think this is a great album. I'm very happy for him. I'm very happy that he's in this light and he's in this headspace right now. He spent too long dragging his mind through the mud and being locked in those rooms and being locked in his own thoughts and trapped. And it must have been so claustrophobic to be in that situation and then finally share it with everybody. And then all of a sudden realizing, hey, these rooms are actually massive and we all have our own rooms. And then having that screamed back at him and then sharing more things with us. Like it must be such a surreal experience to kind of go through what he's going through. I'm glad that he didn't kind of keep going in that direction. I'm glad that like he's being honest about the changes that he's trying to do in his life and the changes that he's trying to make and becoming a better person. And just like forgiving and forgetting and tying off loose ends. And I think it's through and through a beautiful album. I would have done this a lot sooner if I knew it kind of had this outcome to it, if it had this vibe. I think Hope is the absolute perfect name for this album because I think it's the one intertwining theme through every single one of these songs. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for me here today. If you enjoyed my commentary and the breakdown of each of these songs, please consider liking and subscribing. It means the world to me. I truly appreciate it. If you're interested in any of my other NF reactions, there's a whole playlist here on YouTube you can check out. But yeah, that's going to do it for me. I hope you guys have a wonderful night, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye now.